Hey guys, happy Thursday. Thanks so much for coming in tonight. Thank you replay viewers for popping in, and thanks YouTube viewers for watching as well. YouTube viewers, if you'd like to participate in the live showing of this where you can chat with me live, you can just get on Periscope, download Periscope to your phone, and search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Alright guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started for tonight. We got a new block tonight. Hey guys, thanks for popping in. I see y'all joining still here. We are going to start block 56 of the Splendid Sampler tonight. It's Thursday, which means new block day. We're working through the Splendid Sampler quilt along, and there's new blocks released every Thursday and Sunday, and they're a mystery. We don't know what they are beforehand, and we're about halfway through the whole sampler. There's 100 in all. We're on 56. Here it is today, this cute little modern little house. It's applique, and we're going to do the fusible applique, kind of like what we've been doing, mostly because it'll get done faster, and then we can go back and focus on some of our unfinished blocks again. But it's cute. I'm kind of excited. I have my colors picked out, and I'll run you through those. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. I know, another applique. We've been having a lot of appliques lately. That's true, but you know, they mix it up sometimes too. I think one of the people who started it is pretty applique heavy, but I'm digging it. It's fine. At first I was like, I don't know if I like all these appliques, but the more I do them, I think the more fun they are. So I'm kind of liking it. All right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. Okay, here is what I have going on tonight. All right, so I was thinking for the background, I would do this white with the, yeah, it'll feel good when you're done, exactly. I'm going to do this white with the blue on it. I thought it kind of almost looked like a rainy kind of evening, like little bits of rain, so I thought that was kind of fun. And then to go with the rain, like a dark sort of feel, I thought I'd do this kind of medium color as my cloud, so the big cloud right there. And I thought I'd do the house with this dark fabric. And then for the door, I think the door, the trim, and the roof, I'm going to do this kitty fabric. So here's like my little door folded up there. And so that would be the trim too. And I found some scraps for all these too. I dug it through my scraps, so luckily I'll be able to use a few of those. The chimney, I think I'm also going to do the house background, or the house fabric here. Yeah, so then this would be the house fabric, the dark blue. This would be the kitty fabric. All this trim would be kitty fabric, the door kitty fabric. And then I thought inside the windows could be this bright yellow, as if something fun's going on the inside. Like the house is all lit up, people are inside while it's raining and dark outside. I thought that would be kind of cute. And then I have like this little green, just for some little, I thought about making it blue as well, but I found a little green scrap. I thought that could be our little bush on the outside there. So that's my plan right here. Again, I'm trying to stick to the blues a little bit for my quilt, with a little pops of the yellow and green and red every once in a while. So we're going to start by tracing all of our pieces onto the Wonder Under, which is what I'm using for my fusible web. We're looking for a paper-backed, a lightweight or medium weight paper-backed fusible web, and that's what I'm going to trace these on to start out with. So I'm going to just shush all my fabric to the side, and we'll get started on this. So we've done this several times before, and you know what? I don't think I'm going to try too much different with this one. I'm just going to try and move quick through it again, so we can get back to some of the other blocks. I think this is going to look really cute, though. I really dig this house, and I think it'd be fun be a cute house to live in. So these are all reversed, which is great. Yes, so you see the house is sloping up this direction when in the end it'll be sloping the other direction. So we're gonna put this on the wrong side of the fabric, so when we flip, then it'll be the correct way again. So I only have a little bit of this under left, but we'll have enough for this. So to start out, I'm gonna just start at the bottom and trace. To start out, we're just gonna trace onto the paperback side of the fusible, and you can tell the difference. The fusible side has a little kind of a rough edge to it. The paperback side is smooth. The paper side is smooth. So I'm going to trace all of these guys onto my fusible, and I'm going to leave like a 1/16 inch to an 1/8 inch around, like a little seam allowance. But I'm gonna draw with pencil just right on the line as best I can. And luckily, I don't think these shapes, compared to some of these other appliques that we've done, I don't think these shapes are going to take as long to cut out. So we might get pretty far tonight. Hello! So we're just going to try and cruise through this. And then I think I'm going to use the machine to stitch it on again, just to go quick. I like the idea of maybe doing a zigzag, and then maybe I'll use a straight stitch around some parts. Well, that's a good question. What I prefer for the stitch, I don't really know. Like, what I would really prefer is some of these machines have like a blanket stitch, which I'll do like a cute, blanket stitch, and with a thicker thread. I think it almost looks like a person did it versus a machine. However, my machine does not have any fancy stitches like that, so I think that's my favorite. But I don't have access to that unless I do it by hand, which I don't especially want to do. So I think I might try that thing where we don't actually, well, I wonder if we want to try how we did last time. We'd only done that once before, where we actually only do fusible on just the edge, and we don't do it at all on the inside. I think maybe let's give that a try again. Because then I can trace some of the fusible onto the inside of this big shape. I think, let's give that a try. That's something a little new. I'd like to try something new or practice on something every time I do one of these appliques. But I haven't on these for a little while. So maybe I can get what else do we got up here? Oh, yeah, so maybe I can get these window and the frame. These ones we won't cut out the center. We'll just leave these as is. So these would be good. And, well, I already drew these on. So the chimney will maybe get in there. We'll see. So let's start with the window and the frame. I'm going to get them right in the middle, though, because it is a little finicky cutting this. Like, I'm going to have to cut an inside edge out of here. So I do need to leave a little bit of a border here, too. I need to scooch it down here. That will be the thing we try. Have you free motion stitched around the edges? Not around the edges before. I did with one of them. It was that bouquet block, like the one that was in the little basket that was applique. That one I tried to free motion all around it, and that was kind of my first time free motioning, so that was kind of crazy looking. But I did do free motion around there. The problem that I'm having with free motion so far, and maybe it's just because I haven't practiced or anything, that I just don't know how to do it well enough, but it got like way loose on the back, like the tension never was quite right on the back, and I'm wondering, maybe with free motion, is it better when you work with a bunch of layers? Maybe that takes care of it, because usually, you're free motioning quilt pieces together. So I'm having trouble with the free motion on my machine yet. I gotta test it. Actually, I brought a little, my mom and I were experimenting and we made like this quilt. It's got some of my kitty fabric and stuff on, but I brought it home just so I could practice free motion because I felt like I needed to practice free motion on something like a sandwiched quilt. So I thought, this is basically a finished quilt that we were just testing some things on. So I thought maybe I'd play around with it more on here. So I have this like on at the ready here to practice my free motion, but I haven't done that yet. So maybe one of these free days I'll bring that out and we'll give it a try. Gloves really help. So that's not my problem so much as the tension like underneath is just so loose and wrong. Like the tension is just so out of whack. It was just crazy when I only had the one piece of fabric that I was doing it. It was just, we couldn't get it right. We got it good enough so it looked okay on the front, but if that was a quilt, I don't think it would hold together on its own. So I kind of don't know what the deal is with that. And my machine just might not be good for that anyway. Going too fast around will cause that on the bottom. I think it's got to be more than that. I think use a stabilizer or embroidery hoop. Still, it wasn't a matter of the fabric being weird. It was a matter of the underneath the bobbin thread just going all over the place. It wasn't about moving it around or stuff like that, I don't think. Yeah, that's what it looked like. So, but it shouldn't be like that because when you're quilting, or when you're doing free motion quilting, like with your 3 layers of your fabric and your batting and your backing fabric, it's got to look good on both sides and the tension's got to be good on both sides. So I'm wondering if for the free motion, at least on my machine, it wants to have the 3 layers. Got to speed the machine up. I don't think mine doesn't have that option. That's just how much I press on the foot. All right, so I'm going to just finish. Here's my chimney here. Anyway, I'm going to see if it does the same thing when I do it with the pedal to the metal, but then move the hand slower, but then it would just be stitching in the same spot the whole time, or the stitches would be so close. I don't know, we'll have to give it a try. I think I'm gonna edit this cloud a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm quite liking the shape. I'm just gonna arch this around a hair more, like that. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. I just think I need to practice. So that's why I brought that quilt, that practice quilt home last time I visited my parents. So I'm going to practice on that. Because that's definitely, so there we did. I just kind of updated the cloud. I just kind of curved this edge a little bit more and curved some of these edges a little bit more. I like the curvy edges. All right. So if you don't do the right speed, then your bobbin side automatically looks crappy. Like I just think, is that the case? Because I know like on some of those big fancy machines, if you go slow, you're even when it's not stitch regulated, I don't think your bobbin goes crazy. I don't know. I'll have to practice. We'll practice, see if anything changes, and if so, then maybe we're onto something. So all right, I'm going to do the bush and the door, and then we're done. This one's got a lot of little shapes in it. Okay, and the door. Oh, yay! You're all pinned together and ready to go. That's a good feeling always, once you get that far enough to get the quilting going. That's how far I am on my jean quilt. I just have to get past that stage now. Oh, you know what? I forgot this. Forgot the roof here. Let's put that in here. Yeah. It's kind of wasting a lot. All right, let's just put it along the edge here. I think that'll be wasting the least amount, honestly. So let's just go right there. Up for this one. Okay, so there we are. We got all the pieces. Yep, we're good to go. So let's cut these out. And then we can start fusing them to our fabric. So I got my my paper scissors here. Let's just start by kind of trimming them out of this paper. So here's where I'm going to leave that 1/16 of an inch or so, 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. There. Okay, let's get these other pieces trimmed too right away. Oh, this is going pretty fast. See, like these shapes are just way easier than some of our other shapes we've been doing. Just nice straight edges. Yeah, currently I think if I just free motion just the edges of this, the whole thing would just fall apart. Like it's just not working yet. Now it'll be 4 behind. Well, I counted mine last night, and I am 13 behind now. So there's that. Does the paper have the sticky? Yeah, the stickies on the back. It's actually on both sides, but the paper is protecting one side because we need to iron it to that first. So this cloud, with this cloud, let's try and cut that inside piece out. All these bigger pieces, we'll try cutting that inside piece out. That's a little new. That's a little new for us, so I feel like we're doing something new with these appliques. We'll cut it so it's like just a 1/16 or so in, so we won't really be able to tell that it's been fused. Hopefully when we stitch it, it'll just look like it's where we're stitching it. So this way it'll be like kind of loose, like how our needle turn is. It has been blown. Need a blizzard to sew. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's the tricky thing when the crafting becomes things for other people, and then you get sucked into a timeline, which can get stressful. My mom now, she just makes whenever I get a new fabric collection, we always get some printed at Spoonflower to make some quick cheater quilts. Like I just throw my designs. I have this pattern that I've made up that's a bunch of big half square triangles, and I just put my designs in each one of those half square triangles, and then we print out a couple of yards from Spoonflower, because I don't actually get my fabric till way later. Like we've been kind of talking about yesterday, I don't get it for like a year later. So we'll print some up at Spoonflower, and then my mom will make a bunch of baby quilts from it, kind of just to have on hand. So then when there's babies, then she doesn't have to quick make a gift or anything. Then it's already kind of made, and she just has to wrap it up. So they're fun and quick to make, and that's her new gig for quick presents, which are a lot of babies lately. Okay, let's do that last. Let's cut these guys out. So I suppose these we can, we'll cut the insides out too. All these bigger ones. Ooh, you're delivering a baby quilt tomorrow. That'll be fun. You'll get to see a new baby then, I'm guessing. Oh, you know what? This is the door. I gotta write that down. Door. Although we'll be cutting it out. So the door, we'll just put the door over here. We'll just try and keep the door separate from... Oh wait, is this the door? No. I think that's the door. This is the window frame. Yeah, these go together, right? I think so. Yeah, this is the window and the window frame. That makes sense. Okay, so let's cut out the inside of these. Oh! You got it like June 3rd, like a couple months ago? The June 3rd isn't done? That's funny. Well, blankets are good for no matter how old the kid is, so that's good. Alrighty, and there we go. This is the frame, so I'm just trying to keep these together a little bit. And this is the window. So today, I just have to tell you guys this because it just happened like an hour or so ago. But I've been trying to clean the basement up so I can do all like my periscopes and sewing and stuff down in the basement, and it's just been a mess. And what we have to do is I had to clean out the one side of the basement, which I finished tonight, and then we have to scrape all the walls because the paint's coming off, and it's just weird. What we think is that the place who rehabbed their house before we bought it, they just painted over the cement cinder block that's in our basement without painting the right paint. They just, I think, used normal paint, and they used normal caulk, and they just didn't do it right. So now now it's our problem, right? I'm not gonna cut out all these perfect until it's on fabric. We're not gonna waste our time with that. I'm just cutting around here. But anyway, so I started scraping it tonight. I'm going to cut the inside of this door out too. I started scraping tonight, and I was scraping, and then this red mark I was revealing, like scraping off this white paint, and this red mark was starting to develop behind this paint in this one section. I'm like, oh, what the heck's that? Like, why did I thought it was like the contractor putting like a big red mark on it. I'm like, oh my God, why is there a red? Like, what would they have put that there for? Like some warning that, it's falling apart or something there, right? And so I kept scraping, and this red area got bigger and bigger. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, right. Well, that was my first thought, which clearly wouldn't have made any sense because it wouldn't have been that bright red color anymore or anything like that. But I kept scraping, and it just got weirder and weirder. I'm like, what is this? And then, like, all of a sudden, it hit me what it was, and I was like, oh my god, that's what it is. So I took a picture of it, so I gotta show you guys. So I kept scraping, and then a little bit of some yellow came, and then all of a sudden I figured out, oh, someone painted something. So here's my walls in the basement. It's just horrible. Let's see if I can get in focus there. So this is where I was scraping red, right? I got closer though. Look though, it's Mickey Mouse is underneath the paint. So you can kind of see, like, here's, even if I get up close, so here they painted like the little circles on his pants, and here is his leg and a little yellow booty. And it's funny because I tried scraping off more. You can kind of see, yeah, there's his eye and the start of, like, the nose there and a little arm. I can't scrape any more off, though, in some of his, so this might be all there is to see of Mickey, but, I mean, because, like, I was screaming right here, and I'm like, oh my god, what's all this red? But there we go, we have a Mickey in our basement, which I just thought was the silliest thing ever, but look at what I'm doing. I gotta scrape all these horrible walls. It's just kind of a nightmare. But that was like, cool, this made it all okay. I just thought that was the silliest thing. It totally made my evening. It's just so funny. And just the way that it just hit me, like, I'm like, what is this? And then when I scraped down and saw the yellow booty, then it just, like, all the puzzle pieces in my head went whoop, like, all together, and I knew immediately what it was. It was just so funny. Oh, she painted Lion King on. That's just neat. Ghost of Mickey, yeah, exactly. So I wonder if there's anything else down there. That was just kind of funny. Oh, you don't have basements here. You don't know what you do. Yeah. The problem is, like, it's cinder block, which is porous, which means water can get through it. So you have to seal it up in some special way, and it wasn't sealed very well for ours. So it has we figured out what it was, I think. It's called effervescence, I think? Efflorescence. It's called efflorescence. Not effervescence. I was close. Efflorescence. Well, they're buried in the ground, so I don't know how that's done. That's part of the foundation, so we don't even see these cinder blocks or anything. I think they're meant to kind of hold water and all this, but I don't know. It's a whole weird freaking thing that's annoying as heck now. But, so they're porous. So in theory, what a lot of people do is they put, like, drain tiling, and it can be drained and whatever. But this is kind of unique. I mean, this is, what you can sometimes get water damage and stuff, but what's happening is, because it's porous and there's water inside it, it's kind of, the efflorescence is minerals that are pushing through the cinder block and, like, pushing out of the cinder block and pushing against the paint, and which is making the paint chip off, and it's making this kind of weird, there's this weird kind of glowy substance, not glowy, but, like, I don't know, this particular dust almost that's coming from inside the cinder block, and that's this efflorescence stuff. Well, I think there's some things. Well, first of all, we got to scrape it down. We got to scrape everything that's loose and get it to that point. And there's some paint that you can get that will actually, like, suck into the cinder block and seal it, but we had to seal and paint. Oh, now it's okay. Okay, well, that's good to know. But I think we've heard also that doesn't, we might have to do more than that, because sometimes with this mineral stuff, it can still want to push through. And since we would seal it with this special sealing paint, but because it's still trying to push through, it can make like little bubbles of it trying to push through, like it'll be sealed in still, but I don't know. So we've heard that might be a possibility. So we've had a friend who had like the same issue, and he put on like this fiberglass, I don't know, freaking paint or putty or something over the whole thing, and he said that worked really well. So I don't know, but we're at step one. Step one, which was get rid of all the crap on that side, which of the that stupid wrong paint. Yeah, it makes it tons of work. We can frame the walls in sheetrock, but even if we did do that, we'd still have to go through this process to seal this off correctly. And I think we talked about that, but I don't know, that kind of still sounded like too much work, so I think we're just gonna, I don't know what we're gonna end up doing. Like, John talked about how he thought, we had a friend who had got like big tiles, and he tiled all of his walls just right against the cinder block, and John thought that was really cool, so we might look into that. Ultimately, I want to be hanging like some pegboards or some sort of something so we can have a lot of kind of modular wall thing happening. But right now, all we know is that no matter what, we're going to have to scrape the walls, and then we'll have to put on some sort of substance to seal it in, to maybe even strip it a little bit too. So that's, we got to do our research on that yet. We've done research, but we got to do it again. We used water sealer paint, and it worked really well. I'll try. Okay, that's good to know. So I think that's for sure at least what we're gonna do. But we've got like mixed things from people saying different things, but that for sure at some level we're gonna do. So we've done a ton of research, but now we gotta go and kind of do it again and double check before we actually buy something. But step one and two. One, which was move all the crap. I did that. And then step two is scrape the walls, and I started that tonight and found Mickey. So after those two things, then we're going to have to really figure it out a little bit more. But yeah, then it'll be paint and seal. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to ultimately, I think, do these periscopes, and we're going to set up some lights down there that I can just have up all the time and all that. It might be a sea level thing, why you don't have basements there. I'm not sure. That's kind of what it is in some places. This is what we do, but the blocks weren't wet. So ours aren't actually wet. They're dry, but it's, tar the walls first, then frame the walls with a couple inches. That sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, we may have to do something like that, and we may have to actually end up calling someone in. Yeah, I know. Well, I was like scraping it, like, oh my god, what is this? And then like it totally hit me, and I laughed, and then I called John and brought him down right away. He was like, oh my god, what did he see? Oh, you're way above sea level? I have no idea. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, basements are. I mean, I think most everyone has basements in this area. Maybe not, but I don't know. They're pretty typical, I think. Oh, earthquakes. That might be a thing. Yeah, because my in-laws are in California. Oh, you don't have them in Oklahoma? Yeah, I gotta plug in my iron really quick, and then we'll get going on this. Okay. So we got all our little pieces, and we got them all cut out in the center. That's a little different than what we normally do, but I think it's gonna be kind of nice. Oh, see, we got them for tornadoes too. We get those tornadoes. That's not fun. Those are scary. So, all right, I'm going to tilt you guys up here, and we will get going on this. Yeah. I always had nightmares of tornadoes when I was little. That was always scary. We'd have to go in the basement, and then, a town, 10 minutes away from us would be totaled and stuff like that. And actually, a couple of years ago here in Minneapolis, we had a huge tornado go down the street and tear up like houses and stuff in North Minneapolis, and that was just the other side of Minneapolis, and that was a huge deal a couple of years ago here. Spent an hour in my daughter's closet. Oh, jeez. That's scary. I don't like that stuff. Definitely had nightmares when I was little. They would all be coming towards our house, all the tornadoes. Alright, so I'm going to start fusing this down. Since there's no real structure to this paper anymore, just because we've cut out the middle, I'm going to go little by little so it stays flat, and then I'll hold it over the whole thing for the 20 seconds or so. This is our little cloud. He's on this fabric. There we go. Now I'll hold it down there. The other side. So yeah, so we've, I'm pressing on the paper side. Yeah, so here, oh yeah, you're right. Haha. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we got some goo on there. You know what? I think I'm gonna go in the same place though. We're gonna deal with the goo there. You're right. Got chatting and then messed it up. Let's go right there. I don't care if I got some on the front of it. We're gonna just live with it. I'm gonna still go in the same spot. Good catch. You know, I had a vision this morning that was gonna happen. That I was gonna put it on the wrong side too. That's so funny. So, all right. Hopefully, there's enough on the paper yet that this will still fuse down. ESP. That's one of those things like when you're you think about like you're pouring yourself a glass of water and then you're like, oh my gosh, what if I drop this water? And then you have to, then I'm like, oh wait, what if I just jinxed myself and I'm going to drop this water for real? And and you go down the rabbit hole of the precognition. That's no good. So I think, oh, this is, okay. This isn't hardly sticking at all. I think we might have to, let's just try a little bit longer. I'm just going to hold it down. I may have to do this cloud again. So this should probably have been long enough for it to stick onto here. Yeah, it's not working, so I'm going to have to do that again. I'm pretty sure I glued all that stuff for the front. This is probably sticking to here now, too. Oh, well, okay. So we're going to do that guy later. Did you... Yeah, I lost the sticky on it. So it's... I think it is on here a little bit, but it's not so bad. Like, I wouldn't mind if it just... I mean, actually, it is kind of a little shiny, so... Boo! Oh, well, so we'll have to do that guy again. Let's just move on to the other ones. This guy is our... bush, and I didn't cut out the inside of this. I think we'll be fine. Oh, isn't that cute? The bonus block with the pillowcases. Yeah, don't get it on the iron. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, maybe I'll cut a different spot and do it in a different spot. You scraped it off with your nails when it cools. Okay, good to know. Maybe I'll just do that piece tomorrow. Maybe we'll work on these pieces tonight. Yeah, it definitely didn't stick like this one is. Okay, let's set that guy to the side. We can get in here. I think we're fine. All right, so here's my door. I did cut some pieces out. Let's see. I want to be able to do, I only have like these two scraps, so I forgot what I got them for. I think one was going to be this outside window right here, and the other was going to be, this is the trim for the skinny window, and this is the trim for the other window. And then I'm still left with the door here. I wonder if I could fit this in somewhere, and I don't think so. Yeah, we might be able to squeeze it in right there. Alright, I'm going to try and put both of these down here. We're going to try and squeeze this right in here. This is maybe cutting it a hair too close, but we're going to give it a try. So I got to remember that this is the door. I missed a few of you guys' comments. Alright, and then this is that, ouch, that outside window. Overlaps a little there. Ah, man, you're right. Oh, goodness. I should just stop. That's what I should do. There we go. I guess I'm not using those scraps. Alright, let's just do this door. Oh, wait, is this the door even? No, the door is the one that I just screwed up. So, alright. Alright, we gotta redo the door as well. Boo! Alright, let's just do this inside, this trim here. Oh, you did it too. It's one of those days, I guess. Oh, you're all screaming at me there. Oh, yeah, rough craft night. There you go. The world does not want me to use scraps tonight. That's what's going on. All right, there. Freaking two pieces on the right side now. All right, let's get our real fabric out again. So I'm going to have to recut the ones, but this one I can lay down here yet. Ghost of Mickey, I know, right? I don't know, it's just maybe a long day, I don't know. Boo! Oh well. Well, they're scraps, so that's good at least. The blue wasn't, I suppose, but oh well. Alright, so I'll pull this off and then we'll try and scrape it off when it's cool. This one I think I could fit the door on in a different spot. But yeah, we'll need to redo that door. Yeah, so that's got the fuse, but I think I can do it here maybe. Yeah, you know what? I think I might want to fussy cut a kitty cat in the door, so I think I'm going to have to use just a whole new piece of that, too. You've had to learn many times, too. Boo! You know what? I think we did that. You know what? I think this might be the first time we did that here. I know I've done it before, but I usually catch it. This is the inside of the window. Usually I catch it, but not today, boo! Multitask. There we go. Yeah, I guess it's not a multitask day. I hate it more when I do it and turn it around. Do it again? No! Yeah, that would be fun. Eventually it's time to walk away and grab a glass of wine, right? That's what that means. Or go for a walk or something, I suppose. Okay. A few pieces we're doing right, though, at least, I think. Alright, this was the inside. Oh, yeah, caffeine break. This is the inside window. Ooh, which is just big enough. That scrap. Okay, and we don't need this. All right, this is for the little chimney, and okay, this is for the house, and this is for the roof. I didn't do the roof yet, so we'll do that. I suppose we'll just draw them and do them again tonight quick. Maybe not. Maybe it's a bad night to be doing it, more of that. Maybe I'll just cut out these guys tonight yet. I don't want to tempt fate and all that. So this is the right side. This one is, this is the wrong side. I mean, this one's tough to see which is the right and wrong side. Thanks. All right, we'll do the house next. And then we just have the roof. And let's just cut out those pieces. Then those will be cut out for tomorrow already. And then tomorrow we'll just, we'll fix those couple pieces. We'll fix those couple pieces that I messed up. And then we can get fusing. And I think we can, we'll fuse everything down and start sewing tomorrow already, I think. I think this will go pretty quick. All right, here's this is that big piece of fabric that I keep not cutting down. All right, let's go from somewhere over here. Oh, for sure. All right, let's go. Let's just go in this little spot right here. All right, this is the back, the wrong side. I should have to say it out loud. Like that would have to be. That's like the habit I have to build. Like, is this the right side, or press to the right or the wrong side? Yeah, the basement got me rattled. Yeah, for sure. All right, so this one might be a hair tough because it is this little thing we got going on here that we want to. The one thing with doing just these outlines is that we don't have all that paper on the inside to get it really sturdy and on well, so I think we'll just start there. Oh, yeah, it's not exactly fun scraping that stuff away either, so I got the music going, and that's been helpful. Okay, I'm not sure I got this totally good here. This might be a little off, but it's going to be what it's going to be now. So let's get this side, and then we'll do we'll shift a little, and then I just got this roof here. And then we'll stop, and we'll cut out what I got going on here. The ones that we messed up, that I messed up, we did not mess them up. The ones that I messed up, I'll do tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll get a sense of the whole entire process because I'll go all the way through. Oh, after we do the scraping, yeah, I'm more worried about that part too. How long have you worked on the basement? Well, not that long. I mean, and not consistently. So, I mean, now is like the real. We've talked about it for a while. Like we know that it was something. Oh yeah, that was a plane going over. We're kind of near an airport. And it's red-eye time. But yeah, so we've known that it's something we want to do because we'd like to make that like a livable, or not like a bedroom down there or anything, but we'd like it to make a space that we can, go down there. And it's just not nice right now with all the cinder block and stuff. Like we can't put anything on the walls, and it's just kind of doing that thing where it's kind of flaking off in places, and now that I'm doing these periscopes and stuff, it'd be nice if that wasn't in our kitchen anymore, where we at our little dining room. No, it doesn't really smell that damp. We have a dehumidifier that we have going on in the basement, but that's just for more just general basement-y things. We did have water when we first moved in, but we regraded outside, and that helped a ton. We haven't really had problems since with water in the basement. Yeah, so the flaking paint, that's number one, I think, because they didn't put the right paint on. And that it's doing that thing where it's pushing that fluorescence through. So yeah, we need some sort of water sealing, whatever, paint. Yeah, I mean, it didn't help the paint problem, but I think it was a combo of the water and the not the right paint. Yeah, and it's cinder block, so that needs a special paint. It needs something, for a porous surface that's cinder block specific. So, all right, guys, let's cut these out. So that's the deal. Yeah, it just needs special stuff that they didn't put on it. Is basically what's going on with it. So now I'm cutting right on the line now. Start with the water sealer paint. Yeah, I'm hoping that's all. Like, I'm really, really, really hoping that's all we need. But the question is, like, what if it's not? No, not my fabric's not down there really. I mean, I do have stuff down there, but it's in bins. It's in like plastic bins, so it's protected from everything. But my fabric's upstairs here. I have a feeling I did not press this guy on enough. All right, I think I'm going to cut these out and then give them all like another little press quick. Yeah, so that's, I mean, the problem is like if we need more than just the porous paint thing. Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's this moldy basement or anything. It's not that at all. It's just we've got it, I think, pretty much confirmed that that's not mold coming through. It's this efflorescent stuff. And my husband and his family are pretty sensitive to mold stuff, so they know right away. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't think it is because it was refurbished within the past, 10 years or so. Oh, you remove. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. This paint, how it's coming off. But yeah, we want it to be a nice space down there, and we got to start with those walls. After that, we're good to go. Yep, we get tons and tons of snow here. Yeah, it's gonna take forever for us too. That's why, I mean, we knew we were gonna do this a long time ago, but we just started. Yep, it'll be little by little, so I'll be up here for a little while, and we're not doing the whole basement at once. We're doing a little corner of it, like a quarter of the basement, just because we've moved all the stuff away from there. And this quarter of the basement is where I would set up some sewing stuff and probably my Periscope stuff down there and any other video stuff I'd like to have set up there. And then once all my stuff is there, then we can do another quarter of scraping and painting and sealing and whatever. And then eventually we might do the other side of the basement. There's like kind of a little dividing wall. But at least so that one side is okay. That's what we like. I mean, it's not perfect. We don't want to, we could spend $1 bajillion and do all the, get a basement person in and whatever. But we're not going to do that. It's a 1.5 story. With the basement. An unfinished basement. Clearly. Yeah, that's what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. It's like this powder, and we've got it checked and it's just, they said that it was just like minerals. Oh, what's a 1.5 story? It's like a 1 story with kind of an attic, but it's a usable attic. There's stairs going up there. That's where our bedroom is. So it's a peaked sort of upstairs. So not like a full upstairs. Okay, well, that is good to hear. And you just fixed yours with that paint that seals it, some like weird sealy paint, because that's what I'm hoping is all we have to do. Because that would be way easier than it would just be like painting a room. We scrape and then we scrape and basically prime and then paint. Got it at Lowe's? Okay. That is good news. I mean, I would like this to be as simple as possible. I think we may need to figure out, I think we might have to do some cinder block repair here and there, but I'm thinking there's got to be some product, because I'm thinking that is not abnormal either. So we'll probably have to, we'll scrape, do whatever repairs need to happen. But yeah, it's this powdery stuff. It's kind of like a yellow sometimes too, like this yellow powder pushing through. Oh, your house is over 100 years. Oh, part of the basement is stone. That's how my grandparents' house was, the old farmhouse, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, their cellar. Yeah, we've had a few contractors come just to figure out what the heck it was, and it took forever for them to figure it out, and they basically said, we're basically doing what they would do by, they're like, well, we would have to scrape the wall. I suppose if you guys scrape the wall, it would save some money, because then we wouldn't have to do that, and then we're doing already what they basically said to do, just scrape the walls and then try some sort of paint thing. They weren't quite sure what to put on it. We might maybe call a masonry person, and maybe that's specialty enough that, you know, they can tell us again, but I don't know. We definitely called people before, and let's trim this guy out. It's just a big boo is what it is, but we're getting it taken care of, and that's good. And you know, the thing is, we wouldn't have to take care of it. We could just leave it there and just live our lives with it there, but like I said, I want it to be like a nice space where I can work down there and, you know, be a space where people feel okay going down there and hanging out. And right now it's, you know, you can, but you still feel like you're in a basement. So I'm thinking we get those walls good to go, and we'll be way closer to that feeling. Okay, this guy's the last one for tonight, and then I think I'll try and take the papers off quick. I'm going to press them again, just because I'm pretty sure I didn't press any of these long enough. So I just want to make sure about that, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll pick it up tomorrow by doing those pieces that I screwed up, and that's it. I actually don't, like, the thing is, I don't think it's going to add value to the home, because it's not like we're finishing the basement. Like, we don't have an egress window or anything down there for it to be considered finished. So this is just cosmetic for our own purposes. I mean, it'll be a bonus for when we sell it, but it's not like adding a bathroom or something, which would add value. It's because we want to use the space. I'm not hating the block yet. I'm still liking the block. I'm just like, man, it's just one of those days when things go weird and you don't catch things. So, all right, I'm going to just press on all of these real quick. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, no, it's there. And we'll do, oh, I have this house here. See, look, I'm still forgetting stuff. Whew, my brain just needs to go away or something for the day. Weird day all day today. Yeah, I'm kind of right at the end of a big project. I just have a little bit more on the big project and just some revisions, and I'm starting like this other idea, and you know what? Sometimes the feeling. Do you get that feeling like when you finish a big project that your brain kind of shuts down a little bit? Has to reboot. I'm a little bit like that today. All right, one more. A few, yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, I don't have to be thinking about this project anymore. I'm gonna just shut down. I think that's what my brain's doing. It's just like, oh, you're done. You can shut down now. That's nice. Let's do it. That's what's going on. I've been going to bed really late lately too. I need to get that back in check, and then I think we'll be back in business of brain waves, which will be nice. All right, so let's just give this guy a little press. Your next goal is early mornings. Yeah, so that's been throwing me. So I used to I was getting up. Yeah, I need to. Oh wait, there you go. Nope, this is the wrong side of the blue fabric. It's tricky on this blue fabric. Whoop! My ironing board just collapsed. Let's just collapse this other side. There we go. Yeah. See, my ironing board doesn't want to play today either. All right, let's take these pieces off and see what happens. Yeah, this one's tough to tell, but yeah, this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So I'm just gonna do my X through the middle here and try and pull this off. All right, so far so good. I know. Problem is, I think if I had a glass of wine now, I think I would, it would keep me from sleeping. Oh, that's true. You could do the right side next to the wrong side and get like a really kind of fun look. I think that'd be kind of a neat idea. You could do a whole quilt like that, really. Just with the right and wrong side. That's actually what I did for my jean quilt. The dark side of the jeans, like the outside part of the jeans, is like one half of my log cabin style quilt, and then the wrong side of the jeans, like the inside of the jeans, is the other half. So I got lights and darks from that. I have one little piece of paper on here yet. There we go. Okay, that guy's good. Now let's start taking off these ones that are just little shapes. Or the edgings, I mean. Just a little bit on the edge. Seems to be coming off okay, which is good. So that means that we've pressed it for long enough. Yeah, I don't have all my paint stuff set up yet either. Sucks when you have to work on stuff during the day instead of doing all the stuff you want to be doing. Oh well. Ooh, this is a little piece. There we go. Ooh, I don't think I pressed this one long enough. But I think we'll have it good enough. tiny, tiny piece. I think I have just enough sticky fusible on there yet, but that one could have used a few more seconds. Gonna just finish these couple other pieces and then we'll call it a night. I know we're running a little late tonight again. But then we can sew tomorrow. We'll fuse these, we'll finish the ones that I messed up, we'll fuse them all down and we will sew. And I think we'll get pretty far. I'm not sure we'll get completely done, but we'll get close to done. Done enough that the next day we'll for sure get done pretty quick and be able to work on something else. So that'll be Saturday. So I think Saturday we'll either have a full day to work on other stuff or a partial day to work on other stuff before the Sunday's block comes out. At least based on where we're at today, I think that'll be the case. It's so staticky. I want to just stick to me. All right, there's our cute little roof. We'll have to kind of put together this scene quick too. I'll have to cut out a square from this too, but we'll wait. We'll wait till tomorrow for that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, you know, I only did the needle turn on that one on last block just because it so felt like it needed to be needle turn for me, and I hadn't done needle turn in a while, and I was kind of itching to do the needle turn again. But yeah, otherwise, you know, I've just been doing the fusible just because it's fast, and I would have done it for that one, but for some reason I'm like I have to do this one needle turn, and I'm happy I did. So maybe we'll go to that, but, you know, I actually have, I looked through all my unfinished blocks yesterday, and I think I have one in mind. There's a couple that we just have to, a couple pieced ones that all we have to do is the sewing, the final sewing, because we lost a day here or there. And I think that would be one that we could get done, actually, in like a partial sitting, which would be good. Be fun to get one done in a partial. Yeah, there's a lot of embroidered blocks, though. I think I have the most of embroidered blocks, but I have pretty close in the amount of paper pieced and English paper pieced ones as well. Yeah, I mean, I love that idea, but, you know, I'm totally with you because it's just so fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm also wanting to try different techniques and stuff. And then, you know, every once in a while, a designer will recommend a certain technique, like that bunny block, for example. That's still needle turn, but it was done in a weird, well, weird, not weird, but new to me technique. And so that was an opportunity for me to try that, and I'm trying to do that with all of these applique blocks. I mean, even this is kind of new, this just fusing the outside thing. So, I don't know. I think by trying different things, you'll learn a little bit more, but I suppose if you did all of them needle turn, you'd get really good at needle turn and quick and all that, so I really love that idea too. So let's just kind of, let's put this guy together. We'll go right here. Let me tilt you guys. I just want to see what this would look like. So here's our little house. I need to look at the picture here. Yeah, needle turn and quick. Well, I mean, quicker than what I'm doing at needle turn. Quick for needle turn, that's what I mean. Here's our cute little roof. It's all quick. I mean, quicker than what I was going last night. Wow, see, that chimney is so small. Okay, Then we got our door, which we don't have because I messed it up. This is this window and the inside window, something like that. Ooh, that kind of blends in. Kind of like it. This guy goes in here. Kitty scratched that up a little bit. Goes to the left a smidge. Yeah, I think it goes right. This corner goes right up in there, so like that. And then the bush. So the door and the cloud we don't have yet. Although it's kind of cute without either of those, but I think we'll throw them in still. So here's my cloud. And the door I ripped apart. So there we go. That's what we got. I'm kind of loving it. I love this blue. I love this in the background. It's just so silly. I think it's fun. Even like this little subtle frame here. I think it's just really fun. So woohoo! We will get this going, and I think we might get close to finishing this tonight or tomorrow. Honestly, yeah, it kind of makes them look like they're glowing. This funny. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted it. So look, there's people inside because the lights are on, and you know they're nice and warm inside, you know, with the rain outside. So that's what we're going for here. So okay, guys, I'm gonna flip you around. Well, thanks for your help, guys. I should have just been looking at you while you were screaming at me earlier to deal with the wrong side of the fabric. But we're doing it. It'll end up fine, and it's just one of those days, and that's fine too. So, all right, guys, we'll continue this tomorrow. This video will go up on Penguin and Fish Movies. I'll get that up tonight, so it'll be live by tomorrow morning, and I'm kind of liking it. I'm falling in love with it. I like these colors. I think it works. Even though I'm falling in love with it, even though the crazy, you know, my brain's not working apparently. So, okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow, and thanks so much for coming in tonight again. Have a great evening. Good night.